Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Fractal Bitcoin. Welcome to today's Bitcoin news video. I'm Chris. Let's get right to it. Right now, Bitcoin is $63,119. And yeah, you could see we're just sort of still going sideways. Everything's looking okay in terms of the chart. You know, nothing major is happening. It just takes time to go sideways sometimes, and that's what we're doing. But there is plenty of bullish news. Let's get into that because just in, Grayscale had a second day of inflows today, which was yesterday, with 3.9 million after 63 million on Friday. So that's 2 days in a row with positive inflows from Grayscale, which had never happened before. It was like 3 months of outflows, and so maybe now the outflows have stopped. That's why Bitcoin Archive here says the tide has turned. Has it though? We'll see. Willy Woo here says, this is a very interesting chart, by the way, but let me explain it. Let Willie explain it. Never has there been such a buying spree by high net worth Bitcoin holders as has happened in the last 2 months, with Bitcoin ranging between 60 and 70K. These are the guys holding between 100 and 1,000 Bitcoin, or roughly $6.5 million to $65 million worth of Bitcoin. And you can see here, this orange line here, it's just going up like crazy. And so what this means is that the people with a bunch of Bitcoin are still buying Bitcoin. So if you think it's too late to buy, it's not. Here's Joe Nakamoto. So this is some adoption news. Let's get into adoption, global adoption. Because Joe Nakamoto says, I onboarded a ladies' hairdresser in a township in South Africa onto Bitcoin Lightning. That's a sentence I will probably never say again. Yeah, so he has a video here, and we can just look at it. He's onboarding this woman, and there's a full video, which is right here. I'll link to it. By the way, I link to everything below. Every single thing I show you, there's a link below. But here's his video. Why do these African shacks have Bitcoin logos? It's not what you think. Yeah, so he's in South Africa. Yeah, onboarding people, spreading Bitcoin adoption. I love it. Here's another one from Bitcoin Ecstasy, which is in South Africa. They're building a Bitcoin circular economy in a South African township. And here's their post. Quote, but nobody uses Bitcoin. Quote, it's only used for money laundering and drugs. No, pull your head out of your wank and open your eyes. A year ago, Bitcoin turnover. Oh, by the way, so this is the store, Pick and Play. This is an actual store. And it says here, a year ago, Bitcoin turnover in Pick and Pay stores was 220,000 South African Rand per month. Now it's over 1 million. Still a paltry amount in terms of gross income, but a fivefold increase nevertheless. So yeah, again, this is serious global adoption here. And we don't always, well, since I'm in the US, here in the US, we don't pay attention to these things a lot. We don't, but it's happening. And here's that store. Yeah, it's happening. In fact, South Korea's new government will vote to allow spot Bitcoin ETFs in June. Yeah, I mean, the hits keep coming. The adoption, the ETFs. I hope people are waking up. Unfortunately, they're not. I'm going to show you in a second. And here, I love this post. Oh, I love this. A gold bug refusing to use Bitcoin is like a bookstore refusing to use the internet. This is, he tags Peter Schiff, Dumbo Peter Schiff, right? It's so true. I mean, remember, if you're young enough, you don't remember, but when Amazon came about in the late 90s, Amazon.com, they were selling books only. And people are like, oh my God, this stupid internet thing. They're not going to sell any books. Who's going to buy a book on the internet, right? Everybody wants to go to the bookstore, open the book, look at it, read the back cover, and then they'll buy it. Yeah, many people don't have the intuition and imagination to see what's coming. I mean, it's right there. It's not hard to see. But a lot of us have blinders on, right? We don't want to see. We don't want change. Oh my God, I'm afraid of change. Oh my God, it's for drug dealers. Oh my God. If you believe all that nonsense propaganda, you're the one who's going to suffer, not anyone else. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is one of the big stories of the day. Students at Ohio State University audibly gasp and boo when the commencement speaker brings up the subject of Bitcoin. Yeah, listen to this.
So I know this might feel polarizing, but I encourage you to keep an open mind right now.
No.
I see Bitcoin. It's decentralized and
All right, have fun staying poor. HFSP. Have fun staying poor. But look, okay, these are young kids. I mean, they're college kids, but they're still kids. I mean, if anybody thinks college kids these days are mature adults, like, come on, what are you smoking? But yeah, look, did we expect anything different from these guys? From Gen Z, this age? They don't know anything. Yeah, Sean Harris says, it's 2024 and the Gen Z normies are booing Bitcoin. Never been more confident in my position. I love that, right? That's a sign. That's like the best bullish sign ever, that these Gen Z normies are booing Bitcoin. And Corey says, 60,000 people boo Bitcoin at the indoctrination debt camp, and people are surprised. They will come to us in the future begging for employment, and we'll pay them a generous 10 sats an hour. Yeah, by the way, these kids, they just spent $1 bajillion getting a degree, which is pretty much worthless, except for, some areas of degrees are still good, but a lot of them are just absolute garbage. And now they have all this debt, and they're going to boo Bitcoin? It's laughable. And by the way, at that event, it's not being reported, but there's actually one person dead. I guess they fell at the stadium. I tried to look for the details. I don't know what falling means, but someone died. I don't know if it was a student or a parent. Looks like a parent. 53-year-old Larissa Brady. So R.I.P. Larissa Brady. But yeah, they're not reporting this at all. Of course not. Whatever. All right, reminder, subscribe if you would like to. And let's get into some fiat and government nonsense for context, because Bitcoin solves these issues. And I want to take this opportunity to say that these videos I make every day, yes, they're about Bitcoin, but they're also about you and your future success. Bitcoin's going to play an important role in your future success. You know what else is going to play an important role? Understanding this fiat government nonsense corruption. Understanding that the government is literally a cartel stealing from you and devaluing your savings, inflating your currency, taking away your freedoms and liberties. This is important too. Yeah, and here's BRICS. BlackRock issues huge US dollar warning. Yeah, so the BRICS nations are the nations that are starting to not use the US dollar. They're like, you know what? We're done with this US dollar garbage. And BlackRock is issuing a warning here, a US dollar warning. And basically what they're saying is as BRICS de-dollarization mission continues in 2024, investment management company BlackRock has issued a major warning about the US dollar. The company is warning investors with cash in reserve to start moving some of it into bonds. Okay, now I'm not an investor. I don't know. But the fact that BlackRock is warning something, that this is big news. And here's more big news. India and Nigeria finalized major partnership ditching the US dollar. So this is happening. If you're in the USA, you've been riding high for decades and decades and decades because the US dollar was king around the globe. Guess what? It's dying. It's dying. And, in terms of lawsuits, Robinhood versus the SEC. It's not a lawsuit yet, but Robinhood's founder says he will challenge the SEC in court to defend crypto business and establish regulatory clarity after the SEC issued a Wells notice. So yeah, I reported on this yesterday that the SEC gave a Wells notice to Robinhood. The SEC is just like the biggest corrupt bully in the world, just issuing warnings and lawsuits to everybody. And Robinhood the founder now standing up and saying, look, we're going to challenge this. We're going to take the SEC head on, which we have to. There's no other way. And the SEC, I don't know if you remember, but over the past 3-4 years, they've tried to sue so many crypto companies and they lost almost every one of them. Literally almost every one of them. They get laughed out of court. And after years of lawfare, the judge just laughs them out of court and says, yeah, this is dumb, go away. And the SEC has to leave the court with their tail between their legs. But they don't care because they have unlimited money to wage lawfare, right? They could just print money and take you to court. So yeah, just a notice here about the government. There's no plan to fix anything because the plan was to destroy everything. Yeah, and this guy here, Pleb Cruz, says, it is about creating an economic emergency to get us to a CBDC, central bank digital currency, to circumvent the Fourth Amendment, a la the Patriot Act and 9/11. They're trying to cause the failure, and it explains the depression-level spending. They know it will take 4 years for the Supreme Court to rule on the CBDC, and people will have to live day one of fiat confiscation. Yeah, it's time to wake up. So, look, this is serious, and you should take it seriously. And don't take my word for it. Do your own research. In other news today, you see here, Chris Pavlovsky from Rumble stated, and this is like less than an hour ago. This is like literally breaking news. Russia has officially blocked Rumble because we refuse to comply with their censorship demands. And he asks, he says, ironically, YouTube is still operating in Russia, and everyone needs to ask what Russian demands Google and YouTube are complying with. I wonder if there's any. Probably not. So then Will from Damas, the creator of Damas on Nostr, says, BitTorrent is really the only reasonable way to fight video censorship. Nostr definitely does not fix this, but it would be a great torrent indexer. So yeah, this is why we need freedom tech. This is insane. Why are we letting these governments and these idiots decide for us? Why can't you decide? Why can't I decide? Well, that's why decentralization, that's why Bitcoin, that's why Nostr, all these technologies and protocols, they bypass everything and no one can stop it. Thank you. And speaking of privacy, specifically in Bitcoin, here's Edward Snowden tweeting, I've been warning Bitcoin developers for 10 years that privacy needs to be provided for at the protocol level. This is the final warning. The clock is ticking. Yeah, so people have been talking a lot about this lately, that in Bitcoin, we need to develop the protocol to ensure privacy. How are we going to do that? I don't know. A lot of people don't know. Of course, people are going to have ideas. Of course, then everyone's going to argue about it. But that's fine. Let's argue about it. We got to figure it out. Let's figure it out. Here's one potential solution to the problem I just described is MSB. Construct CoinJoin transactions without a coordinator. Super Testnet shared a proof of concept implementation of the MSB protocol for performing CoinJoin transactions without a central coordinator. So a CoinJoin is when they take Bitcoin and it sort of mixes it together and splits it up, and it obfuscates the origin and the destination of the Bitcoin, right? So this is Bitcoin privacy. This is one way to get Bitcoin privacy. It's probably not the most efficient way, but I don't know. Anyway, this is new. This is just a proof of concept, but this is what I'm talking about. These are the things we need to build in, freedom tech. This is an example of what we need to build. I have no idea if this is going to be built or not, but this is an example. And here, this is about Signal. You know, the private messenger app Signal that everybody loves? Signal's Catherine Marr problem. Is the integrity of the encrypted messaging application compromised by its chairman of the board? This is a very interesting article. I'll just read a couple sentences here. The encrypted messaging service Signal is the application of choice for dissenters around the world. Yeah, including Edward Snowden and also Elon Musk. But down here, but the insider history of Signal raises questions about the app's origins and its relationship with government, in particular with the American intelligence apparatus. And this article goes into Catherine Marr's background, and it sounds shady as heck. But, you know, look, it is what it is. But this is a very interesting article. There's the private messenger that I like and a lot of people like is called SimpleX, because it's run through relays, just like Nostr and just like Bitcoin, really. Anyway, SimpleX is an up and coming messaging service which no organization can control and no chairman of the board can control. So, all right, let's move on. Michael Saylor says, "Run with the bulls, Bitcoin." Yeah, run with the bulls. Keep your chin up. We're entering the exciting part of the bull run, the next 12 to 18 months. It's going to be amazing. So when we cover negative news or depressing news, always remember, this is going to be exciting. And here's Jimbo Coin. 100 push-ups a day until Bitcoin is at 100K. Yeah, he's on day 47. And these are the sets he's doing. He's also doing squats. A lot of people are doing 100 push-ups a day until Bitcoin reaches 100K. Are you doing it? Do you want to jump on that bandwagon? I guess 100 per day. I'd have to spread it out, but I don't know. For me, that's a lot, but I could probably do it. But anyway, we'll see. Here's a great announcement. The Tuttle Twins Season 3 premieres tonight. I don't know if you know about the Tuttle Twins. This is it's like a cartoon TV show made by Angel Studios. It's very based, and they teach really good concepts to kids. Look, Season 3, this is what they're going to be teaching. Skipping college, CBDCs versus Bitcoin, the fatherless epidemic, digital privacy, critical thinking, freedom of religion, speaking truth to power, and a lot more. And it's really awesome. We actually watched these with our granddaughter. She loves it. So there's a link here. You can get it for free. The link will bring you over to here. Yeah, and you could put in your email, watch for free. So I'll put the links below. If you have kids, I mean, even as young as 5 can definitely watch these. And they're really good. Again, it's like good family cartoons that have good messages. And they do it well. That's the point I want to make. It's not just like trying to stuff messages into cartoons. It is very well done. I mean, very well done. This is like world-class cartoon here. So check it out. And this is our website, fractalbitcoin.com. Click the link on the top. It says join our locals community. Oh yeah, come over here, join our locals. This is our group where we hang out. I post exclusive videos here as well. And don't forget, every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, the Bitcoin panel. I invite a bunch of awesome Bitcoiners on, and we talk about Bitcoin and the news and everything. So that's it for today. I really appreciate you watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel and follow the channel and like the video, please do. And I really appreciate all the kind words in the comments. Thank you for that. And I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Bitcoin news video. All right, bye.